Extra, hear all about it. Anyway, Michael Trigg is heavily rumored to go to Ole Miss, and we wanted him to have his own video, but this is an extra special edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast for your enjoyment.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to the extra special edition of the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Willis. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I wanted to do this video because he hasn't really gotten the pub that he deserves, but we are inching so close to a true commitment from Michael Trigg, the tight end out of Tampa that played at USC. His dad, I think, told Rebel Grove, I think that was the one the interview went to, that his son intends to enroll on Monday. So they are inching towards getting everything in place for them to come up here. Don't worry, they come here Monday. It takes about 5 minutes to enroll. I enrolled at Ole Miss basically day of. All the classes and everything was done. I know everybody's worried about the bureaucracy, but I would not worry too much. So this is it, the putt to win the tournament. If you sink it, the championship is yours. But on your backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you're running your business? Poor visibility because you're still relying on spreadsheets and outdated finance software? To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. Remember, over 28,000 businesses already use NetSuite. And for the new year, NetSuite has a new financing program for those ready to upgrade to netsuite.com/locked. Head to netsuite.com/locked for the special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. That's netsuite.com/locked. Also, BetOnline would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march towards the playoffs and beyond. BetOnline remains the #1 spot for all the best sports wagering action for 2022. New year, a new updated desktop and mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code LOCKEDON to get started. From football, basketball, hockey, boxing, and UFC, right up to your favorite Vegas casino games, don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for 2022. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. So, we are talking about Michael Trigg and everything going on with him. Now, this is a big deal. Hudson Wolf did not play a whole bunch last year. Injuries kind of held him back. The starter was a walk-on, Casey Kelly, who was also recovering from an ACL. So the tight end position was, let's say, a struggle last year for Ole Miss. And we also need to realize that this offense demands a tight end to match with a slot receiver because most of the damage is done in between the hashes. Whenever we had Kenny Boa and Elijah Moore, we looked completely different than we did last year at sometimes running out John Rice Plumlee to go with Casey Kelly. The offense looked different. We weren't really pre-programmed to actually be able to handle stuff on the outside. Sure, Braylon Sanders is a weapon. Jonathan Mingo is a weapon. And throwing outside is an important part of the offense. I'm not saying it's not. But this offense, to be effective, does a lot of its grinding and gear work in between the hashes, between the running game and the tight end and the slot receiver. The whole purpose of this offense is to essentially torture linebackers. They can't be right. And when everybody is playing those separate positions, they cannot be right. Because if they come up to really hit the run hard, then all of a sudden the tight end and the slot receiver has space behind them to work. And if the safety starts creeping up to try and take them away, the outside receivers have one-on-ones deep. It's not exactly extremely hard, but when this offense has its pieces, it can be rather special. Now, we will get into the Jackson Dart stuff at a later date, but I want to talk about Michael Trigg because this is an elite receiving tight end, something we haven't had. This is talent-wise, greater than anything that has been here with Lane Kiffin. Dawson Knox provided a number, but he was more of a true tight end. Michael Trigg is somewhere in between Dawson Knox and Evan Ingram. So you've got all of those Evan Ingram skills, but he's 245 pounds, 240 pounds. So put that weight on, get out in the system, and all of a sudden you can just torment people on matchups with smaller box safeties if they're running a 3-2-6, like if you're playing in Arkansas, or maybe against Alabama, you're going up against Henry To'oTo'o and you want to put him in conflict. He's the perfect guy to put that in conflict because Henry To'oTo'o is not the best coverage linebacker, but against the run game, he's pretty good. So you need to get him thinking. Maybe he's a half a step slow getting to his fit. This is why this stuff is important. This is why honestly, getting Trigg was probably the most important of the two. Now, granted, Jackson Dart gets all the headlines. Absolutely all the headlines. And he is essentially, my comparison for him is Matt Corral in 2019. We don't know if he'll be what Matt Corral was in 2021, but he is what Matt Corral was in 2019, except 3 inches taller and 20 pounds heavier. That's what he brings to the table. So you can see the specialness developing with him, and you can easily get excited about him. And everybody is going to get excited about a quarterback transferring in regardless. But Luke Altmaier played admirably in that Super Sugar Bowl. If Dave Aranda wasn't a dang good coach and he was able to take away the stuff that was happening in third quarter, they would have lost that game. But he was able to disguise it, fool a true freshman, make some plays. So this competition between Dart and Altmaier in the spring will be something to behold. The competition between Hudson Wolf and Michael Trigg will be one to behold as well. So the tight end position is starting to load up. You already have the slot position starting to load up. On the outside, I've said over and over again, Braylon Brown in a normal system, he came out the same year as Dart and Trigg. But Braylon Brown, in a normal year where everybody can get around that wasn't shut down by COVID, would have a chance at 5-star. This is a special, special wide receiver. He was just at the mercy of his initial ranking because of COVID. And they weren't prepared and didn't really understand how to handle everything that was going on. So pay attention to that. You have Braylon Brown, who was a 2020. You have Jackson Dart, who's a 2020. You have Michael Trigg, who was a 2020, playing on potentially on the same offense. And I'm very excited about this. Now, the other thing that people need to take into account, if Ole Miss gets Trigg and Dart, they will have as many, if not more, 4-stars than the Ballyhoo 2013 class. Plus, the big names, which was Laramie Tunsil, Robert Kimdichie, and Laquan Treadwell, and Tony Connor, because there was essentially 4 stars there, or 4 or 5 stars in that group. And this one, you have Zach Evans, you have Jackson Dart, you have Michael Trigg, and you have Aisheem Young. You have some major players coming in that the transfer portal. Remember, when everybody starts to worry and everybody started to freak out on early signing day because Ole Miss was 24th in the country and didn't sign a full class and everybody's going crazy, they just didn't understand the plan. This is what a plan coming together looks like. And Ole Miss has a chance to at least be a top 10 overall class as far as people coming in, potentially top 5. These are big name players coming in. And I'm pretty excited about all of that. So just remember with Michael Trigg, celebrate him. He has a chance to be a big time weapon on Ole Miss's campus. And he has a chance to do some really special things, especially in a Lane Kiffin, Charlie Weiss Jr. offense that made Harrison Bryant at Florida Atlantic the Mackey winner. There's some stuff that can happen and ways they can attack defenses that will be interesting to see. I'm really, really looking forward to it. But this has been the inaugural extra. If it comes out that Jackson Dart commits, we have another extra on there. And tonight, we have our normal show. Tom Vanderford is going to come on and give his perspective on everything that is going on. But it should be a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time. And I do appreciate it. Remember, SEC After Dark is on the Y'all's Conference Network. Hit that up on YouTube as well. I'd appreciate that. And of course, subscribe, like, hit the bell. And thank you for making this your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. So thank you very much. And as more stuff comes in, we'll talk about it. So enjoy your day. It looks like it could be fairly fun. Hotty toddy.